welcome back to my channel. We are continuing my decluttering makeup series here, so if you want to see more decluttering videos, then please keep watching. Okay everyone, I have been putting this one off and saving this as my grand finale for my decluttering series, and that is a decluttering of all of my large palettes. As you can see, I have a lot. I have even more kind of down here, and this is all just so precariously organized. I really wouldn't say anything other than this section and this section is somewhat organized, but everything else is just a complete mess, and I don't have room for all this. I have more eyeshadow palettes than any one person could ever use up an entire life, and I know I have a lot in here that I can get rid of, so we're just gonna go through and see what we're gonna get rid of, because you guys, this is a lot. I do not have an exact count so far of all of these eyeshadow palettes, but we are gonna just get started. Okay, so starting off here, most of these are all from Makeup Revolution, and these are just their little like chocolate bar palettes. I kind of got into a weird obsession with collecting these just because I thought they were so cute. I liked all the colors of them, but the more I'm looking at them, I'm like, these colors just are kind of strange. I've always wanted to like kind of go back and like rearrange all of these palettes and create like the perfect palette, but these are kind of hard to actually get these pans out. If they were a lot easier to rearrange, I would definitely want to do that and like kind of make a big project out of it. But just to be honest, I feel like I would break these more than anything, so I'm still really on the fence with all of these palettes here, because I'm kind of at the point where I kind of just want to either get rid of them all or keep them all, and I just don't know. And again, a lot of these colors are palettes either that you can't buy anymore or ones that are only in limited edition sets. This is like one of them. This is the red velvet one, and just sometimes when I look at these, I'm like, okay, the colors just kind of seem all over the place. They don't really seem to fit the theme, so I'm not quite sure what we're going to do on these yet. So I think for now I do want to leave these. We're going to circle back around and maybe start with some of the more kind of like little random things that I have. Okay, so moving on to this next section here. It's a little bit organized, but then just a whole bunch of stuff stacked on top of it. A lot of these eyeshadow palettes I actually got from like Boxycharm, so there are a lot of ones that I just didn't choose myself and don't think I would want. So I'm just going to start going through them. This first one I have is from Rare Beauty, and this one is called Confident Energy. This was one I got from Boxycharm. This one is such a pretty, like, packaging wise, it's a very pretty palette. I like that, but the colors on the inside are all shimmer and just kind of like all jewel toned. I don't know. Individually, I think the colors are pretty. I have not even swatched this, but I definitely think this is one I'm gonna let go. I just do not see myself using this, and I don't know. It's brand new, untouched, so definitely gonna let that one go. What do I have next? These I definitely think I want to keep. These, I think I have a couple more somewhere around here, but these were from Kaleidos, and these are so pretty. I love the packaging of these. These I did purchase myself. This one is called the Futurism 3 Astro Pink, and this one kind of opens like a little envelope, and this is so pretty. And a lot of these I have never even used, so it just shows how much stuff I have. Like I can't even use some of my stuff because it's just so buried down. But this is a gorgeous palette, and I definitely want to keep this one, so that one will stay, and then of course this one will stay as well. This one is the Kaleidos Futurism 5 Electro Turquoise. Again, gorgeous packaging, and this one's just like so pretty. I have to give this one a chance. Okay, the next one I have here, this one is from Butter London. This was another Boxycharm palette. This one I think I'll definitely let go. The colors just don't really speak to me that much. They're pretty colors, but again, all of them except for I think these two are matte, so it's just not a palette I really see myself reaching for, and very lightly used, so that one we will declutter. This next one is from Ciate London. This is called the Velvet palette. I can't remember what this one looks like. This one I did get from Boxycharm. This one is kind of pretty, but it's kind of falling into like the same situation as the last palette, where it's like so much of it is just shimmer, and it's all kind of like pinky rosy coppery tones. I don't know. This one I kind of feel like I should let go, but I kind of want to keep it because it is called the Velvet palette, and I do have a few of my little companies that are named the Velvet Paper Company, and then I have the Velvet Soap Company, so I don't know, something just like name-wise I want to keep that, which I know is not a good reason to keep the palette, but I do think I want to give this one a try maybe. There are a few like satiny colors, and there's like that really pretty one right here that's kind of more of like a glitter. So I don't know. We'll put this in the maybe pile. We'll see how we do. This one could be one that could go either way. This one I think is probably one I'm definitely gonna let go. This was another random Boxycharm one. This one's called Trend Beauty, I think is the brand. It's called Unicorn Dust. This just gives me like ultimate Claire makeup vibes. Oh, this is a palette. I thought this was an eyeshadow palette. This is a highlighter palette. You know, I'm not a big fan of highlighter palettes, and yeah, I think I'll just let this one go. It's never been used, and I just don't need it. I prefer just single highlighters, so that one will definitely let go, and I was totally not expecting that. Just proves to show that I don't even know what is in my collection. Next, I have 3 Lime Crime palettes. I do want to keep all 3 of these. I did buy these on sale, I think last summer maybe, or maybe last spring, I can't remember. This is the Venus Immortals palette. I really love the packaging of these. I think it's a little bit bulky, but color-wise, I love the cool tones. This one I only used like once or twice, and you guys, like I said, I forget what I own, so I definitely want to keep these. I also have the Venus 3, and there is that one there. It's more of like a little pinky mauvey purple kind of thing. And then I have the Prelude Exposed, which is just more of like a neutral kind of palette. So those 3 are definitely all staying. Okay, again, I have a lot of these Makeup Revolution ones. Some of these are actually mini eyeshadows, and some of them are like bronzer, blush duos or highlighter bronzer duos, so they kind of are all mixed in. And again, I kind of just like either want to keep them all or get rid of them all, so I'm not quite sure what I want to do with these quite yet, but I do know I have a few of these like going the wrong way. And I do have some of these like out of color order. That will do for the moment, but I do have a few other things kind of tucked in here. This first one I have, this was, I think this was the very first eyeshadow palette I ever got from Boxycharm, and this was the Colourpop Semi Precious palette. And this one, again, that same thing like with the Rare Beauty, it's just like all shimmer jewel tones and no mattes, and I just don't see myself using this. I've held on to it forever because I love Colourpop, but I just don't see this being a practical palette in my life, so I'm gonna let that one go. And I think a lot of these are going to be Boxycharm. This one is Alamar Cosmetics. This is a blush trio. Similarly with the blush, or with the highlighters rather, I like to have individual face products. If I'm going to have a palette, I don't want 3 blushes in one palette. I want like a bronzer, a blush, and a highlighter, but I don't want 3 blushes in one palette because it's just not very user-friendly for me. So this one I was kind of on the fence, but I think I'm going to let this one go as well. So yeah, just need to let that one go. I'm feeling so good right now, you guys. Like, I'm so feeling like relieved. Like, decluttering is one of those things where it kind of stresses me out, but like as I do it, I kind of like get more into it. Another Boxycharm palette. This is Laura Lee Los Angeles. This is the Party Animal palette. It's just like a little neon palette, and I'm super on the fence with this one. It doesn't even like show how bright it is on camera. I don't think I've ever used this. I'm really leaning towards letting this one go, but I kind of want to see what else I'm going to get rid of too. So for now, this is going to go in the maybe pile, but like I said, this one could really go either way. I don't really wear stuff like this, but for the off chance that I'm like, oh, well, what if I am doing a Halloween costume and I want to have like a neon eyeshadow palette? You know, I want to keep stuff for that, but I don't know. This one for now will be a maybe. Okay, these 2 I know I want to keep. These are also ones I got from Boxycharm. Oops. And these are the Natasha Denonas. These are like the little 5-pan ones. These are the larger ones. They have the smaller ones that look very similar online, and they're very like deceptively small. But these, color-wise, I don't like the mixture of this palette, which is the Jubilee palette. But I do want to keep these because you can pop these out and rearrange them, and I do quite like Natasha Denona eyeshadows. This one I believe I might have already like organized, I can't remember, but this one is the Peak palette, so I definitely want to keep these because I could easily swap in and out what colors I want. Okay, and then this last one here, this one, just a really quick story, this one was another Boxycharm product that I got, and it was from Cover FX, and this was like a blush, highlighter, bronzer kind of product. It's funny because Boxycharm accidentally sent me the like wrong skin tone version because I guess they had like a hiccup in their system, so they gave me points to make up for the wrong color shade, and then I went and purchased this from Boxycharm in the correct color for me. I do like this palette because it does have, you know, all the products I would need for face and stuff in here. I do think I'm gonna keep this one and like give it another go just because it is pretty convenient like packaging wise. So I think I will keep this one for now, but this is one I could probably declutter in the future, but we'll deal with that at another time. So we're gonna keep it for now. Okay, and then that is all of those palettes that were kind of randomly sitting there. And again, moving on to this next section, I have more of the Makeup Revolution palettes that I will deal with at another point. But I do have a few more here, and some of these I just feel like I could probably let go. This one's Revolution Pro. This is a pretty palette. It's called the Mischief Maker. I do like the colors of this one, but I haven't really used this much at all, so I think that could be a good one I could pass along. I like it because it's kind of like the sunset kind of vibes, which is really pretty, but overall I don't feel that drawn to this palette. And to be honest, I don't think I've actually ever used this one. So I'm just gonna let that one go. Someone will get use out of it. Let's see. I have 3 more here that are from Makeup Revolution, but they're not in this like chocolate bar line. I need to like look at these. This first one is the Coffee palette. I don't know why. Okay, this one, color-wise, I actually really do like these colors. So I think I will keep that one. And then I have the Sweet and Tasty palette, or popcorn palette. See, these like color-wise like does not say popcorn to me at all. But I think I'll hang on to it until I figure out what I'm doing with all the rest of my Revolution palettes. And then the last one I have here is the avocado one, Tasty Avocado. This one's actually kind of pretty. I like all the greens and stuff. This one like color-wise makes sense, which is kind of rare with a lot of these palettes from Makeup Revolution. Some of them, the colors are just so all over the place, they don't make sense to me. So for now, we're just gonna keep those, let them be, and revisit those. Next section down here, I have a whole bunch of stuff kind of just spewed together. I do have some more of the Makeup Revolution palettes. These I totally 100% bought purely for the packaging. This one is the Love Spells one. I thought it was just gorgeous, so I definitely want to keep it just for like packaging wise. The colors actually are kind of pretty. They are a little bit kind of all over the place, but I do like the colors. So I wish there were a lot more mattes though. I feel like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mattes out of all of these colors here, so I wish there was a little bit more variety on that, but I do want to keep that one. And again, this one was the Curses and Hexes palette. Again, I like the colors of this one more. It's a lot more dark kind of colors, so I think I will keep this one. I don't think I've ever used it though, but keep that one. And then these are some newer ones. I love these. They're so gorgeous. These are from Flower Nose, which you guys, they now have a US website for Flower Nose Beauty. I'm very, very excited for that because they have so much gorgeous stuff I want to purchase, but I have been trying to like put the brakes on the buying a lot recently. This is one of their like just packaging wise stunning package. This one was the Flower Nose Pretty Rock Baby palette. I can't remember what the actual name of it is, but you guys, it's so pretty. I have to absolutely keep that. And this one also from Flower Nose Beauty. This one is the Incredible Kingdom palette. It's like this beautiful like circus kind of motif. There's like 2 different colors in this one. This one's like a little bit more of like a purpley, lavendery kind of one, so definitely want to keep this one. Okay, this is from Ulta. This is like a little mini palette that came in like a set. This one I'm definitely gonna let go. I just do not care for this at all. There's nothing that like even interests me in this one, so definitely gonna let that go. And this one was another Boxycharm eyeshadow palette, some random brand I've never heard of. Studio Makeup Ease to Wear eyeshadow palette. There's like literally like almost no branding on this. Let me see what the palette looks like. It's just kind of like one of those like wannabe naked palettes. I have no interest in this. I think I did use it once or twice and it was all right, but nothing that I want in my makeup collection, so that one can go. All right, then up here, this is from Shein's makeup line called She Glam. This is called the Chromazone eyeshadow palette. This one overall I was not a fan of. The only color that has like somewhat of like a duochrome is like this color here. The rest of them are all just kind of pretty basic. So really I don't love this eyeshadow palette. I do kind of want to keep it for the packaging just because it is like really kind of pretty and stuff. But this is totally one I think I'll keep for now, but I can totally see myself decluttering this one, probably like my next go. So I'm kind of keeping it just for looks for this time. Okay, this next palette, this is a little one. This one is from Juvia's Place. This is called the Nubian by Juvia's palette, and this one's actually really cute. The shadows are a little bit smaller than I was expecting. I think I got this on sale from Ulta. It's just very warm tones, kind of like red copper browns and stuff. So this one, I don't know, I don't love it as much as I thought I would. Shadow quality is good, but I haven't played with it more than just like 1 or 2 times. So I think I definitely want to keep this one and see kind of more what I think about it. This next one is from Colourpop. This is the Child palette. Disclaimer, I'm actually not a Star Wars fan or not even like the Mandalorian fan or anything. I just thought this was so cute and I really genuinely liked the colors of this eyeshadow palette. Even like it being like Baby Yoda, I think it's like really cute, but it's like truly it's the colors of this palette that really drew me to it. So I definitely want to keep this. I love it because it's like a sagey, mossy green kind of palette, and I just love green eyeshadow. So definitely want to keep that one. And this one I definitely want to keep. This one was a collaboration with Shroud Cosmetics and Beaute. Now I have to say, this palette came out I think 2 years ago now. It's called the It's Freaking Bats eyeshadow palette. I have to say I'm actually like not even subscribed to her, or I don't really even watch her videos, but I did have a slight accident with one of my shadows and they did kind of break. I did press it back into the palette to kind of like make it work, but these colors are just so pretty and such a weird, unique color combo. I just had to get this palette and I was so excited. I haven't used it a whole lot, but the quality is very, very good. I'm so sad that I smashed one of the colors there, but definitely gonna keep this palette. Okay, the rest of these are all from Shein's She Glam line. These were all of the Horoscope collection eyeshadow palettes. So I did a full video on these. I do like a lot of these palettes and I do want to keep these all because they're like part of a collection. So I'm not gonna go through all of those, but those will be staying. And then I have a lot more Makeup Revolution eyeshadow palettes. This one is called the Intoxicated with Love. These I can't remember. I think I like was going to do videos where I rearrange all of these into different colors and like show how just the arrangement of colors makes a huge difference of eyeshadow palette like layouts. So I do think I still want to keep these. This was the Makeup Obsession Be Crazy About palette. So yeah, I can't remember if I already rearranged all these colors or not. I have the London Calling one. This one's actually a really fun like kind of color palette. I really enjoy that. Then there is the Be Passionate About palette. This one I could probably let go. But again, I kind of got to figure out what I'm doing with all my Makeup Revolution stuff. And then this is the Black is the New Black eyeshadow palette. And that one's just like very similar to the Lime Crime Immortal Venus palette that I just showed. So all those for now are going to stay. Okay, moving on to the next section. This one is very, very disorganized. This was a Boxycharm palette that I got. This was the Barbarella palette from Beaute. Again, a brand I've never heard of before. Let me see. I don't know. I kind of feel like I could let this one go, but it's kind of like, I don't know, it's definitely colors I would use. So I need to think about this one. This one I was thinking about like totally gonna let that go. We're gonna put this in the maybe pile and we're gonna come back to it. Okay, the next one I have is another Makeup Revolution one. This one came in one of their chocolate bar sets. This one's just the chocolate. They just call it the Chocoholic palette is what this one is called. Again, the colors are kind of all over the place. I would love to rearrange this, but it's so hard to like actually pop these shadows out. They're quite large pans as well. Again, I think I'll put this in my maybe pile and we'll come back to it. I've definitely never used this one. I got a whole bunch of random stuff through here. So first one here, this is another Boxycharm palette. This is from Violet Voss. This was the Holy Grail palette. I love this palette. I kind of forgot I owned it. These are gorgeous colors, like something I would totally wear. So I definitely want to keep this one. This one is from Dose of Colors. Again, another Boxycharm palette. This is the Marvelous Mauves. This one, I think I'm gonna let it go. This one's all mattes. The colors just don't really speak to me that much. They're just like kind of dusty, really gray purples, and I don't know, I just don't love this one, so and I barely use this one, so we're gonna let that one go. All right, next, another Boxycharm. This is Zoeva. This one I think might be a face palette. Let me see what this one's called. It's called the Premier, or Premier. But this one, let me see what, yeah, okay. So this one's kind of like a blush highlight palette. I wanted to keep this one just because, like, packaging wise, this is very pretty to me. I love the style of it. It's very kind of like Art Nouveau, Art Deco. No, Art Deco, definitely. It's just blush. This highlighter I think is kind of like way too gold for me. And then this is kind of like way too purpley mauve for me. So I think I'll let this one go. I just don't really see myself using that one. Okay, next I have, this is another Violet Voss palette, again, Boxycharm. This is the Essentials Pro Series eyeshadow palette. This one, I don't know, I'm kind of on the fence on this one. Like, I do like the kind of warmer tones and stuff, but I do like this green color. I don't know, just color-wise, it just seems a little bit different than something I would typically use, but I do love Violet Voss eyeshadow formulas and stuff, so I think I'll hang on to this one, but color-wise, it's just a little bit off for me. And then, what do I have next? This, another Boxycharm. You can definitely tell at times, like, you would get really good palettes in Boxycharm, and then you would get, like, some of these random-ass brands I've never heard of before. This is Kab Cosmetics, or KAB Cosmetics. Boxycharm, this is called the Day and Night Eyeshadow Palette, and this one, I just think I'll let this one go. This one actually kind of looks pretty decent and pretty forgiving, but I don't know, I have so much stuff, I just don't feel like I'd reach for this very much, so I think I'll let that one go. I don't think I've ever used that one, so we'll just let that go. Okay, next, this I think was also a Boxycharm. This is called the Venus palette from Dido. I don't know who that brand is. I've never heard of them before. This one's actually really kind of a pretty palette, something very unique. I love this kind of like copper and silver like striping in there. It's so unique. I was kind of ready to let this go, but I kind of forgot I had this and I kind of want to play with it a little bit. Obviously it's very different, and it's funny, this like eyeshadow palette right here, or this eyeshadow color right here, looks exactly like a highlighter that I got from Ciate. It's kind of interesting, but I don't know. I think I'll try this one out, give it a go, and if I don't like it, I will pass that one on. Okay, next we have an Ofra Cosmetics palette. This one is called the Good to Go. I think this one's kind of like a mixed palette of face products and eyeshadows. This one I haven't played with at all, but I kind of want to. I think this is like a bronzer, and then this is a blush, and then of course a highlighter. And I think these are supposed to be like eyeshadows and stuff. I have not played with this. I want to give it a go. I wish it had a mirror, but I think I will keep this one. Now we have the Beauty Bakery Breakfast in Bed eyeshadow palette. This was also from Boxycharm. This is one that, like, when I look at the packaging on the outside and I look at the name of it and I think, okay, what kind of colors is it going to look like? When I open this up, this palette has nothing to do with color-wise what I would expect it to be. So this is what it looks like Breakfast in Bed. I don't know. Does that, it just doesn't, there's a disconnect there. I like the colors of this one, but I think I'll just let this one go. Barely used it. I think I used it maybe once or twice, so just not one I feel like I'm really drawn to, and barely used it, so that one we will let go. Okay, another Boxycharm one. This was from Pure. This is the Festival 2.0 palette. This one, I kind of like the colors, but I did break that shadow. I do actually quite like Pure eyeshadows formula, so this one I think I might just need to cut my loss on that shadow because it's completely like about to fall out. I need to be very careful to not move this. I think I will keep this one. Yeah, I think I'll keep that one against my better judgment. I think I should also have the volume 1 of the Festival palette. It's somewhere in here. We will probably come across it sometime. Okay, this is from Clean Color. This is called the Jingle Leaves. This one I bought for my Clean Color like full face makeup review. I did not like this one very much at all. It's just very bulky and very cheap. Like, this is such like a thick like foam. It just kind of is quite unnecessary in my opinion. The eyeshadows are about the size of a dime. It just kind of reminds me of like kid makeup, so definitely want to let that one go. It's kind of awkward to store as well. Okay, we have, oh, this one is so pretty. This one I bought from a website called Perfect Diary, I think, and it was like some, I think it's like a Chinese brand, but this one was so pretty. It came in a box set, and this one is like gorgeous. This is like a little highlighter and a blush, and these are supposed to be little eyeshadows. Definitely very, very pretty. I want to keep that one, and it's from Abby's Choice, I guess. I think that might be the actual brand of this one. Okay, the next one I have, ooh, this one I forgot I have. This one is from Dominique Cosmetics. This was also a Boxycharm palette. This is the Celestial Thunder. I love these colors. See, like, this is what I like when I'm wanting, like, okay, like a weird sunset vibe kind of palette. This makes sense to me. This one's so pretty. I don't think I've actually played with it though, but these colors are everything, so that one I want to keep. All right, another Boxycharm palette. This is from Alamar Cosmetics. This one was the Reina del Caribe Volume 1. I love this palette. It's so, so pretty. It's very summery and just pretty. I wish it had a mirror, but I love the shimmers here are so, so pretty. This one I definitely want to keep. Okay, running out of room. Another Boxycharm. This is from Crown Pro. This one, I don't even see a name on here. This one I did really like the colors of this, but I have so many palettes like this, I just don't need it. So that one I will let go. Next was another Boxycharm. This is from Pure. This is the Midnight Masquerade. This one has face palettes and, or face products and eye products in here. Overall, I just don't really care for this, and I will let that one go. Next, I have, this is from Wander Beauty. This is from Boxycharm. This is the Wanderous Dusk Till Dawn Blush and Highlight Powder. This one, I thought, like, color-wise were so pretty, but it's just so impractical with the shape that they did for this palette. Like, the skinny long pans made no sense to me. I kind of don't even want to keep it. You know, I was thinking like, well, I could depan it and depot it and move it to like a Z palette, but honestly, I don't even want to bother with it, so I think I will let that go. Now this one, another Boxycharm palette. This is from Pure. This is the Sculptor palette. This one I loved, and I completely forgot I had it. This one is so, so pretty, and even though these colors are so similar, I love this. This palette used to kind of smell like chocolate and vanilla, and I think it's kind of finally lost its scent, but that was one reason why I love this palette so much. But I do want to keep this one. I do quite like the highlighters in here. The bronzers were quite dark on me, but if I use a light hand, I can kind of make it work. So I definitely want to keep this. This was like one of the very first few things I got from Boxycharm, and I used to love this one. All right, and these are 4 palettes from SheGlam. These are so pretty. I haven't really played a whole lot with these, but I've had them for quite a while now. This is the Seafoam palette. It was supposed to be kind of like, SheGlam's knockoffs of like the Huda palette. But these are so pretty. I really want to play with these. So Seafoam palette, gorgeous. Then I have the Rhapsody palette, still gorgeous. Then there is the Bubblegum palette. I love that one as well. And then the last one I have is the Breeze palette. So I definitely want to keep these and play with them because they just look so stunning. All right, moving on to this next shelf here. I will definitely have a lot more Boxycharm products. This one is the Tarteist Pro Glow Boxycharm that I got it. This one, I kind of want to keep. Now, this one does have very similar colors. It's kind of got like the bronzer, the highlighter, and the blush. It is quite a bit bulky than something I would typically use. I haven't really played with this a whole lot, and I kind of want to give it a go. So that one I will keep. Oh, here is the original Pure Festival palette that I knew I had somewhere. Again, Boxycharm. This one's really pretty. It has these like glitters that are like pressed glitter shadows in there, which I like, and then it's kind of got these fun little pops of color here. I think I will hang on to this one. These are like very chunky though, and I don't know if I'd use those on my eyes. I do wear contacts, and I just feel like that's too much chunk glitter really close to the eye. But I do think I'll hang on to this one. Okay, next I have, oh, another Tarte product. This is the Tarteist Pro palette, again from Boxycharm. And this one is actually quite a nice palette if you like really like mattes. These are all mattes except for these 4 here, which I like how they kind of like set these up as kind of like little 5-pan like rows and stuff. It does bother me that these are like different shapes than the rest of the palette, but I do think I want to hang on to this one. I haven't played with it too much, but I did accidentally crack one of my shadows right there. But this is like a really good like matte lover palette. These I got on clearance or on sale at, I think, Marshall's? Yeah, Marshall's. These are the Jaclyn Hill palettes. I really wanted these when they first came out from Morphe, but they had them on sale for like $13, which I honestly think they probably weren't that different in price whenever they originally went on sale. And I remember there was like a whole lot of drama with like all these palettes and stuff, but I did see these and I thought I'd pick them up because I do quite like the color stories. This is the Armed and Gorgeous palette, which I feel like is such a pretty fall. Like this like looks like a beautiful pumpkin patch to me. So I definitely haven't even used these yet. I've had them for a while, but again, I have so much stuff I really don't even see what all I have. So I want to keep that, and I can get rid of the box. I don't know why I kept the box. And then the other one I have is called the Dark Magic palette, which was another one that I really thought was so pretty. And this one, very simple packaging, but like color wise, I just feel like that is so gorgeous. So I want to keep that as well. Okay, I have another Tarte product. This is the Park Avenue Princess palette. Again, I got this from Boxycharm. This is like a very weighty palette. Like it's got some heft to it. And this one is like all bronzers and then like matte highlighters, which is kind of not my thing. Again, these types of palettes are not my vibe, but I kind of don't want to get rid of this because I don't know, it's Tarte, it's like a nicer palette and stuff. I don't really want to get rid of that one yet, so we're gonna hang on to that one. Man, I feel like I was doing really good. Now we're hanging on to a lot of stuff. Okay, this is Boxycharm's first eyeshadow palette. It's called the Hello Charmer palette. Of course, I got it from Boxycharm. This one I think I will let go. Aside from these really pretty, like kind of, I shouldn't swatch these because now I'm like, ooh, look at all the pretty shiny stuff. Like those are actually quite pretty. But again, color-wise, I don't know if I want to keep this. Let me do like a quick swatch. I know it's not gonna swatch everything. Okay, these are definitely, with the exception of the blue, the other two were definitely like kind of like gritty. Kind of want to let that one go, but now I'm kind of like, maybe I should keep it and play with it. Let's see what that gold looks like. Ooh, the gold's quite nice. The white, I don't think I'd ever use that chalky white. I do, ooh, that gold there, that one is quite pretty. See, I shouldn't have swatched it because now I want to keep it. Okay, this one's gonna go in our maybe pile. We're gonna see what we're keeping, what we're not keeping. So that one is a maybe. Okay, next palette I have here, again, another one from KAB Cosmetics or Kab Cosmetics. This was the Contour palette, and this one was, again, a Boxycharm product. I definitely think I'll let this one go. It kind of reminds me of like old school Coastal Scents palettes, which I used to love back in the day. But just giant palettes like this don't do me any good, so I'm going to declutter that one. Moving on, this one I think I definitely want to keep. This is one I purchased myself. This is from Milani, and this is their Gilded Getaway. I thought the packaging of this was so adorable, so cute. I wish I would do more in this little like old school van packaging. I just think it's adorable. I'd love to see like a pink one or like a blue one. But this one, I really love these colors. Like it's very warm tones with the reds on there, but you got a little bit of like a bluey greeny jewel tone kind of thing going on there. This one's just so pretty, and the shimmers are very pretty, so that one is definitely staying. This one I believe, I can't remember if I got this, I think I got this from Ulta. This is the Morphe Coca-Cola 1971 collection. This one, I just love it, like especially these kind of colors right over here, like these like kind of ones right there, so pretty. I actually quite like Morphe. Some people like it, some people don't. I always thought their palettes were very nice. This one I'm definitely keeping. I'm a huge Monopoly fan. This is from Hip Dot. I kind of got this as like a collector kind of thing. Like I don't want to use it because I don't want to mess it all up, but it's so pretty. It's got like little cute embossings into the pans, which I think are absolutely adorable, but that one is definitely staying. This next one was from She Glam. This is the Sunday Picnic. I did a video on this one not too long ago. This one is a very cute palette. It's just a very basic brown kind of eyeshadow palette. I quite like the colors of this. It's just a very nice, soft, pretty palette. So I do want to keep that one. It's very affordable. And these two are from Colourpop. This one is just like me, like packaging wise, me. I love pastels, I love gold foil, I love circus themes, I love it all. So this is the Ticket to Dreamland palette. It's very pretty, and Colourpop just has really nice quality shadows, so I'm very happy with that one. And then this one's called On a Whimsy. I think this one's a little bit softer compared to the last one. It's got that like really fun pop of that minty blue-green there, just very pretty. Those are staying. This was another Boxycharm product. This is from Dose of Colors. This was I Love Sarahi. This was her palette. This one's very pretty, but I think, yeah, I did have a little bit of a casualty with this color here. I did try to like press it back in, but it did make quite a mess, especially into that shadow there. I think that one's just like kind of completely messed up with the cross-contamination of color, but this palette is very pretty. I just don't use it very much because it's kind of needs a little bit of cleaning up here. So I will keep this one. I don't know, one I could probably declutter in the future. And then this last one I have here was another Boxycharm purchase. This one is from Ciate London, and this is the Jessica Rabbit palette. Now, I'm actually really not that big of a fan of Jessica Rabbit or Roger Rabbit movie. The only reason why I bought this was I had Boxycharm points left over when I was canceling my subscription, and I wanted to just use them up, so this was what they had at the moment, this little palette. So I decided to buy it. It's kind of a pretty palette, but I don't know. I think I will keep it. I haven't even used it yet, but yeah. So that one was kind of just like a on the whim purchase. Okay, this next section is kind of on the bottom row, so hopefully you'll be able to see a little bit. This one I have a lot of Too Faced palettes and some random ones here. This one I think I'll definitely let go. This was from a website that used to exist that had a whole bunch of like copycat eyeshadow palettes. This is from the brand Okalon, and it's called the Perfect Stylist Eyes. This one was supposed to be a knockoff of one of the Too Faced holiday collections. I actually do have that one, and I bought this one to like kind of do a comparison on it. So I think I'll let this one go, just because I don't need both palettes, and this was like definitely one of those very inexpensive little copycat palettes. I can't remember if it was this one that one was copying. Let me see. Yeah, I think that was the one. This is the Too Faced Christmas in New York Chocolate Shop palette. Obviously that's what that one was knocking off. This one used to have like a really sweet vanilla scent, but it doesn't really quite smell very much anymore. Now this one I'm really kind of on the fence. Like, do I want to let this go? Because Too Faced's holiday palettes are just notoriously bad. They're just not as good as their regular quality, and for like several years I got really sucked into purchasing like their entire holiday collection, and then I was like, why did I do that? So I still kind of like want to hang on to it just because I know I put so much money into it and stuff, but I just don't know yet. I just don't know. And then this was another Too Faced one. I think this was the first year that I bought like the entire collection. And I love this one because they kind of had like a macaroon, like Christmas Paris theme. This one's another like really pretty palette to look at, but just the quality is not quite there. So these I kind of want to get rid of, but I kind of can't let myself do it quite yet. So I think I'm going to reluctantly hang on to those. And then these were some palettes that obviously went along with that collection. This one was a different one that went with that first palette, the Christmas in New York. This is the Merry Macaroons palette. This one was a little bit better than the other one, but again, just overall quality's not quite there. This was one that went with the previous year. This palette I actually quite like color-wise. It's very, very pretty. So again, I'm kind of keeping these all out of reluctance, and then these all went with them. So let's see, this one, these three were a set for that first year. I think it was 2015 that these might have come out, but they were so cute, and I just like these. These have like a little face product in there, so there's that one. The black set had a blush in it, and then the little pink one had a bronzer in it, so that's what those look like. So yeah, I'll keep those. And then same kind of a little three set. There's the peppermint mocha, the eggnog, and these all used to like smell kind of like all these, but they kind of don't really smell like that anymore. So those are all of those, and then yeah, I think that was all the Too Faced holiday ones I have. All right, next palette I have, this one I love, and I completely forgot I had this one. This one was from Cargo, and this one was, I think this might have been like a holiday collection for them as well, but I got this at like TJ Maxx maybe. And this is called the Emerald City Eyeshadow Palette. I love this one. I think if the packaging's a little bit, you know, bulky, it doesn't need to be quite this big. But these colors are so gorgeous. Very like soft, pretty greens here that just really kind of, oh, they get me. I love this palette. I'm really glad I remembered about this one because I completely forgot, and it was, you know, shoved underneath everything. So definitely want to keep that one a lot. Okay, the next palette I have, this one was from Dose of Colors. This was the Ice Cream palette. This one I remember setting an alarm to get this palette, and then when I got it, I was just, I don't know, I wasn't as impressed with it, but again, like, it's pretty, it's like kind of my aesthetic. I don't know, I think I'll hang on to this one, try to use it, and see if it's something I want to keep, but I kind of don't want to get rid of it yet. But I remember really wanting this like lavender honey color to like blow me away, and I just feel like it kind of didn't. So this palette, I definitely think I was a little bit underwhelmed with when I first got it, but it's just so cute. I'm not ready to let it go quite yet. All right, next two palettes. These were from Bad Habit. Again, I got them from that website that used to have all those like little cheap knockoffs. This is the Athena palette. This one was supposed to be one of like Huda Beauty's palettes, like I think it was like a desert something palette. This one I actually quite like. It's very pretty and these colors are so gorgeous. I think I do want to hang on to this palette. And then this one was the Aphrodite palette. And this one I think might have been like her original palette that she came out with and then like remastered and all that stuff. But for being like really inexpensive palettes, I love this brand. And I wish they would come back and do eyeshadows. I think they've kind of like totally switched into doing like skincare now. But yeah, I wish they would come back with these palettes. All right, next we have, this is from Profusion. This one I got from Ross for $6. This was like a little contour palette. I definitely used a lot of that color there, but I think I'm gonna let this one go. Like I said, just like these big powder palettes, just I don't ever reach for them, so I think I'll just let that one go. Again, this was another one from that really inexpensive brand. I think it might have been Bad Habit Beauty or whatever that website it was, but I can't remember. This is the Okolon Glowing Shimmers Kit. This one was supposed to be like one of those like holographic highlighter dupe palettes. I just think I'll let this one go. It doesn't really suit me and I don't really have much of a use for that, so that one can go. This one was from Face Candy. This is the Vice palette. I think someone told me this might have been like a knockoff of like a Kylie palette, like one of her 9-pan palettes. I don't remember. This one's actually really pretty. I love this color right up here. It's just like so pretty. Actually, it's not as pretty as I thought it was. You know, we're gonna let that one go. That color was really the one that was kind of like holding me in, but like when I swatched that one, it's like it just didn't give me what I wanted, so that one can go. This one is kind of, it's kind of nostalgic. I kind of want to keep it, but then I kind of don't. This was from Coastal Scents. This is their Revealed palette. This was like one of those really early like knockoffs of the Urban Decay Naked palettes, and this one was actually kind of cool because it had like, it was almost like 2 Naked palettes in one. So this one's kind of like more like the original. This one's more of like Naked 2 or whatever. I kind of want to keep this just because like Coastal Scents isn't around anymore and you can't like get these anymore. But these were okay qualities, but it wasn't like something that I was like, oh, this is so amazing, like I have to have this, or like I really want it. So I kind of am on the fence on this one. I think I might want to declutter this one, as much as it makes me sad just because I loved Coastal Scents and that was like the first makeup company that I really bought a lot of makeup from because they had so many affordable like large palettes and stuff, and just so sad. I love them so much, and may they rest in peace. All right, next, what do we have here? We have Ace Beauty. This is the Scarlet Dusk palette. This one I got from Boxycharm. And actually, this might be the one palette I purchased one of them myself and then I actually got it in Boxycharm. I don't know if I still have both palettes or if I gave one to like a friend or a family member or something. So I think this might be the one that I purchased. I can't remember. I put a sticker on it for Boxycharm, but I know I got, that was the only like repeat product I ever got from Boxycharm. This is a really pretty palette if you like super red tones and stuff. I feel like I could kind of let it go, but I do love the way it looks, so I think I'll hang on to this one. This palette I want to keep just like purely for nostalgia. I didn't quite like the packet or the palette itself, but this was like old school Lime Crime. This was the palette d'Antoinette. I have a huge obsession with Marie Antoinette, and they used to do these like little eyeshadow tins, which I thought were so cute. The shadows are very powdery and like, you know, they don't show up very well, but I want to keep this one purely out of nostalgia. I love it. It's like old school vintage Lime Crime to me. Okay, the next palette I have, this was now KVD Beauty, but it was originally Kat Von D Beauty. This was the Monarch palette. I really did like this palette a lot. Yeah, I like this one. You can't obviously get this one anymore, but I do want to keep that one. Okay, next we have, Urban Decay Gwen Stefani. This one always reminds me of Connect 4, the packaging. This palette I did quite like, but it does have so many light colors that me as a very fair skinned girl, even some of these colors don't show up on me, and it's kind of like this is one of those palettes, I don't really love the palette itself, but I kind of want to keep it for like the nostalgia purpose of it. So I do think I'll hold on to this one, but I think this is definitely one maybe I would probably be able to let go the next time around. Alright, next palette. This is Boxycharm and Pure palette. Maybe this was the very first palette I got from Boxycharm, now that I'm thinking of it. Yeah, but this one, I did like this palette a lot. It's very, very cute. I kind of feel like I could let this one go, though. I don't know, it's kind of heavier on the peachy, pinky kind of side. I do remember loving this palette though, but I feel like these 4 colors right there are the ones I'd really be wanting to keep this palette for. But I just have so many things like this. I just don't really feel like I need this one. And it lost its amazing like sweet vanilla scent, so I think I will let that go. Okay, and this next one is from Glam Light. This is their Dirty Martini palette. I have not even used this one. Color-wise, it's so pretty though. I love these types of colors, like the greens and everything. So that one is definitely staying. Haven't even touched it. Okay, so the next set of palettes I have, these are definitely going to be some really random ones. This is an ELF palette. I think this is a highlighter palette, maybe? Yeah. So this one's got the highlighter, 2 blushes, and a bronzer. This one's definitely kind of gonna be on probation because I just haven't used it that much. I feel like, I don't know, the highlighter is definitely like very, very light. So that one I think I will keep. I will give this one a try, and if I don't like it, I will definitely be letting that one go. These next ones I'm not going to get into quite yet. Let me see about these. These are some more of those random cheap like knockoff palettes that I got. These were again from Okalon. This is the natural palette. Do I have 2 of the same thing? Let me see. Are these the same color? These are knockoffs of the chocolate bar palettes from Too Faced. So there is that one. Are these the same palette? No, they are different, but they look exactly the same. These I didn't really care for. Definitely gonna let those go. This one was the Too Faced Chocolate Bon Bon palette. This one, I don't know. I can't remember if I like this one. And I can't remember if this is actually a Too Faced palette or if this is a knockoff one because this does not even close right. I think this might actually be one of those like knockoff ones. Like not like an imitation palette, but like a true knockoff palette. So I don't think I want that one. This one, I believe I got from Sephora. This was from Estee Edit. Was like their like off-brand of like trying to like, I don't know, get like a more younger kind of thing. But it was like the Kendall Jenner palette, I think. This one I think I'll just let go. I don't really like the split pan thing or anything, and I wasn't very impressed with that. That one we're gonna let go. This one was, again, I think another one of those knockoff Too Faced palettes. I don't really want to keep those. That one's gonna go. This one was from Okalon. This is called their 8-color matte eyeshadow. This one was a knockoff of one of the Lime Crime palettes. Yeah. I can't remember what that one was called. Yeah, it's not coming to me. I think I'll let that go though. I don't. This one was from Okalon, 12-color eyeshadow palette. This was like a Urban Decay, like old school Urban Decay knockoff. Like, remember when they had the spell books? Like, I think that was or shadow books. Is that what they called? The Book of Shadows? Maybe that's what they called it. But that one I'll let go. Let's see, what else do I have? This was from Boxycharm. This is a Tarte palette. This one's called the Rainforest of the Sea Volume 3. This one I don't think I liked. It's just like so many shimmers, but I kind of want to keep it just because it's Tarte. I'll hang on to that one, but that's one I can see decluttering in the future. Okay, and then these I think were just empty. Yeah, empty palettes of the Urban Decay palettes that they had for a while. Oh, that one actually has 2 shadows in it. I'll hang on to those just because I kind of like them. They're kind of neat. And then these were a whole bunch of depotted shadows that I have. This is a Z palette from, or filled with, Too Faced, the little box, cardboard box ones they used to do, like the Velvet Teddy one, or I can't remember what they're called, but I finally depotted all of them. I still don't use them depotted, but I don't know. I kind of want to keep those. These were some Sleek Cosmetics eyeshadow palettes. This one is the Eye Divine in color Storm. That one's a really pretty palette. I used to love these a lot. I think I'll keep that one. Let me see what this one is. This one is the Ultra Matte. I don't really love that one. That one will go. And this one is in the one Sunset. It's got like all shimmer except for like that one. I'll hang on to that one more time so those two will stay. And then I think these might have all been Coastal Cinch ones, little palettes that I filled up. Oh, that's an empty palette, but I will keep it because I like the smaller palettes. Is there anything in here? Empty, so that one I'll hang on to. This one's probably empty too. Yes. And okay, these were some old school Ulta shadows that like came in a big box set, and I like depanned them or depotted them all. I kind of want to keep it just for nostalgia, but I don't think I would use those. Okay, next I have some Avon. These are so old, you guys. I wish there was, I wonder if there's like a copyright date on these. 2008, you guys, 2008. Some of you weren't even born yet. So these are called the In a Wink Instant Eyeshadow Sheets. I kind of want to keep these for like a video idea. But basically what it was these old school little eyeshadow things that you'd like put up to your eye and like press it and it would transfer the eyeshadow to you. I kind of want to keep these for like a funny video now. Yeah, okay, we're gonna keep it just for that reason, and you will see what I think about these. Okay, this palette was another Okolon Pressed Pigment palette. This one was supposed to be a knockoff of the Urban Decay Alice in Wonderland palette, I think. I don't think I want to keep this though. Yeah, we're gonna let that go. I feel like I'm getting like really ruthless now. This was a blush palette, which again, like I said, I'm not a big fan of like big blush palettes anymore, but I kind of still like this one. It has a lot of different colors and it's very different. I think I will, yeah, I'll keep that one. Okay, the next thing I have, this was a Boxycharm palette. This is from Pretty Vulgar. It's called the Nightingale. I do like this palette a lot. I forgot I own this one. I think I will keep it. Next, I have Ace Beauty. This is the Grandiose palette. And that one is another really pretty one. I have a lot of similar ones, but like this art style is just so stunning. I really want to keep that. So that one will be staying. This one I kind of want to keep just based on like nostalgia. It's Urban Decay, The Great Oz, The Great and Powerful. This was the Glinda palette. And I didn't love these eyeshadow, to be honest, but this is kind of like a little collector-y kind of thing for me, so I do want to keep that one. I wish I would have got the Theodora one, but oh well. And this was the Sephora Pantone Universe. This one is called the Modern Watercolor palette. This one's really pretty, but like, I don't know. They're like almost all matte. There's a few shimmers in there, but they're just so like patchy. They're not really worth using. I kept it for a long time because it was like Pantone and I liked Pantone stuff with being a graphic design major. So I always wanted to keep it, but now I'm just like, not my thing anymore. I'll let that go. Okay, these I think, do these have shadows in them? These might be, oh, okay, so these do have a few. These were some palettes I got from Shop Miss A. I think they were the AOA palettes maybe. I have some more. These are original Too Faced shadows that are depotted in there. That one's empty. Those will stay. These, is there anything in here? Yes, these have some random ones. Some of these are MAC, some of these are NYX, some of these are Too Faced, some of these are Makeup Geek, and some of these are Urban Decay. I can't remember. So yeah, I'll keep all those. One day I'll have to go through all my like little depotted stuff and like figure out what I want and don't want. And then that one's empty. I have a lot of depotted stuff. Those will almost have to be like their own thing, but I have more Z palettes. These were some ELF shadows. That was a Too Faced shadow. That was a Too Faced blush. Some of these I would definitely get rid of in the future, but I kind of don't have the bandwidth right now with my brain to deal with. Some of these are actually, this one I think was a Physicians Formula. These are all eyeshadows that I pressed myself when I had a huge like, a huge phase with like pressing eyeshadows and stuff like that. So that will be evaluated another day. More depotted stuff. Some of these were old school Maybelline. Some of these were like L'Oreal. Some of these I don't even recognize. Yeah, this will be a whole other thing. That's another empty palette. What is this? This is All About Face Concealer Contour Palette. No, we're gonna let that go. That's just like cheap, waxy, no good. And then I have a whole bunch of these Coastal Scents palettes. I don't know I don't know if there's anything in these or if they're empty. Empty. I still want to keep the palettes empty. And then I have 2 Morphe palettes. These are like the old school Morphe. Like, remember when Morphe looked like that? This is the 35D palette. That's the only indication I see on it. And it looks like this. I like the colors of this one. It's very like dark, stormy kind of vibes. So I will keep that. And then this one was the 35 OS. I feel like there's a loose shadow in here. Yeah, there's definitely one. But this is like the warm shimmery version of the palette. So I'll keep that as well. Okay, we are almost done. These I will be keeping. These are like new ones from ELF. Well, not new, but new to me. This first one is the Earth and Ocean palette. I wanted that one forever. I think they had them on sale and I got a few of them. This one's the Opposites Attract palette, and this one was their Electric Mood palette. So those are all going to stay because they are new ones to me. This one is the Kaleidos Flower Punk. Such a cool palette, such pretty colors. I love this one. Then I also have this Zoeva Plaisir little box set. It has 3 different palettes in here. I'm going to keep all of these. This is the Cocoa Blend palette. I like that one. This one is the Blanc Fusion palette. And this one is the Caramel Melange palette. Love all of those. Those were a little box set. I think I bought them from Boxycharm during one of their sales. This one is from Iconic London. This is a little highlighter blush thing. I will let that go. Don't need it, never used it. This one is from Ace Beauty. This is called the Bronzed in Paradise. This one's a bronzer palette. I do kind of want to give this one a try, so I think I'll keep that one. And this is Ace Beauty. This is the Nostalgia palette. That one, ooh, colors. Those are some bright colors. I don't know, nostalgia is not the word I would use to describe this. This is like tropical paradise colors. I kind of want to let it go, but I don't know. I'll hang on to it and see. This is the Hip Dot Cenote palette. Ooh, that one's pretty. I like the colors of that one. That one will stay. Okay guys, there are just a handful of palettes left. I can't get my camera to go low enough to show you all of those, so I'm just gonna bring them up and we're gonna look at them together. This one is Old School Urban Decay. This one was the Bamboo palette, I think was what they called it. The actual name of the eyeshadow palette is not on here. This one's kind of cool, but I kind of like don't like the shadows in here. They're not that great, but it's kind of like vintage and I kind of like don't want to get rid of it now. I don't know. I kind of want to keep it just because like it's past the point of like I would never use this now, but it's like actually like almost vintage. This next palette is so adorable. It was the Colourpop Zoella palette. I just loved the like brunch kind of theme to it. I don't really like Zoella, but I thought this was a cute palette, but I don't know. I feel like the colors didn't quite match and there's like this random pop of blue, but I thought this was so pretty. I had to keep it. This is another Morphe palette. This is one of their cardboard packaging ones. This is Blew Ya Away, which I think they've even like repackaged this again. I love the colors of this one. This is such a pretty blue palette and I'm definitely keeping that one. And then this one, again, same packaging. This one was the Make and Bank. Again, it's like those really pretty green colors, so that one I definitely want to keep. This next palette I can totally let go. This one was from Okalon. This was supposed to be like a copycat of one of the Kat Von D palettes where it was like an ambigram, where like you could read it upside down, left to right, right to left. But this one looks like this. This is just such a like big palette. Like I don't know if you can tell quite how big it is, but it's so large it's hard to store, so I think I definitely want to let that go. Another kind of like borderline vintage Urban Decay. This is the Roller Girl palette. This one just had like 4 colors. I really like these 3 colors, but then you have like the hot pink pop. Again, it's one I don't really use, but I kind of want it just for like the nostalgia purpose. Here's Old School Benefit. This was their world famous Neutrals palette. This one I really got for the packaging. I think it's so cute. I don't really care for the shadows, but again, it's one like, I just like the cuteness of it. It had 2 like cream eyeshadows that came with it as well, which I think I might have decluttered one of them in my decluttering for my cream shadows. This one I feel like I just want to keep for the cuteness, but I probably wouldn't use. Oh my god, I forgot I had this palette. This is from Melt Cosmetics. This is the Smoke Sessions palette. You guys, I love this one. It's gorgeous. I did have a little bit of an accident with that shadow, so I do need to like press it back in, but you guys, these are so pretty. Such good quality. I love them. I forgot I owned this. And then of course going along with that is the Gemini palette. I think now they have the Gemini 2 palette, but this one, I love it. It's again stunning. It's a little bit longer, a little more awkward, but I love the colors of this. I don't really like the long skinny pans though, because I just feel like they're more prone to breaking than like a small round pan or square pan. But it's so pretty. I love these. I have to bust these out because I forgot I own them. This is the Urban Decay Naked 2 palette. I don't really care for this one. Like color-wise, this one's definitely a lot more like my vibe. But I don't know why. The quality of these were not that good, so I'm just gonna let that go. And then these were some more of those Bad Habit eyeshadow palette knockoffs. This one is the Aura palette. This one was it was an Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. This wasn't the Subculture one. There was another one. I can't remember what it was. I kind of want to keep that one though. That one's kind of cute. This one was from Face Candy. This is the Amazonia palette, and this one was a knockoff of, I want to say like a Kylie Cosmetics holiday palette maybe, but that might not be right. Color-wise, that one's kind of weird though. That will be a maybe. This one was the Face Candy Sahara palette. That one, oh, that one is so pretty. Yeah, that one's staying. This was the Bad Habit Luna palette. Oh yeah, this was the like Norvina palette, like the original Norvina palette from ABH. That one is so pretty. I need to break that out again. God, I forgot I had all these. And this was the Arabesque palette, which was, oh my god, Soft Glam maybe? Was it Soft Glam? Soft Glam maybe? I can't remember. I forgot I had all these. Yeah, I definitely want to keep those. Those are cool palettes. Okay, a few more that I have. This one is Iconic London. This one I got from Boxycharm. This one's a pretty eyeshadow palette, but it's such a boxy, bulky packaging. I feel like I would love to like depot these into something else. We're gonna keep it for now. I was doing so good in the beginning. Now I feel like I'm getting like a little tired and I don't want to like get rid of anything anymore. This is Storybook Cosmetics. One of these I remember I think I got from a Boxycharm, and then I went and purchased some of them, but I can't remember which ones. These are just so pretty. This one is the Briar Rose one. Again, super bulky, but for me, like, it has a reason for being bulky because it's meant to look like a book, so I have to keep that one. That one's just so gorgeous. And then I think I went and bought these two maybe. These are like the mini ones. This one is the Robin Hood one, and I love those colors, like so cute. Oh, that reminds me, Hip Dot just came out with like a Girl Scout collection like a few weeks ago, and they had a palette that was kind of similar to these colors, and I was like, oh my god, I really want that palette, but I told myself no, because I'm like, I know somewhere in my collection I have to have something similar to it. And without seeing the two side by side, I think that, like, obviously this is not like a shade for shade dupe or anything, but the vibe of it is like so similar. This would totally like fill that void, so I'm very proud of myself for not buying that palette. And then this one was the Red Riding Hood one, and that one is just so cute as well. So yeah, definitely want to keep those. Okay, last few palettes that I have. This one is from AS Cosmetics. This is called the 24 Karat Gold palette. I can't remember where I got this, but this is a stunning palette. Like, these are like super shimmery colors. Again, another palette I forgot I owned. I definitely need to break this out and use it, so that one I want to keep. And then the rest of the ones I have here are some more Makeup Revolution palettes down here at the bottom. You can't quite see the ones there, but I think for now I want to keep those because I do have some things I was going to do with those, so I need to go through and like evaluate all of those palettes. But before we end, I do want to count up how many palettes I am getting rid of. Okay everyone, so these are all of the palettes I'm getting rid of. We're going to do a quick count of all of these. I don't know how many I have here, but I do have a fairly good amount of palettes here. I'm obviously keeping a lot more that I'm getting rid of, but I do think this is a huge improvement, so I'm going to go through and count these up real quick. Okay everyone, we are getting rid of a total of 39 palettes. I'm pretty happy with that. I think that's pretty good. Overall, like I said, I'm keeping a lot more than I'm getting rid of, but I think $39 is a huge step in the right direction because these are all palettes that I have probably used once or twice. Some of them I have not used at all, and some of these I've had for such a long time. I could totally find some better homes for these, and I think that they will be much better loved. So that is it for my grand finale of my makeup declutter series. There are a couple categories here and there I decided to like leave out just because I really didn't feel like I had a whole lot to declutter from those specific categories, but overall this has been a really fun and hard and different type of experience for me because it is so hard for me to like let stuff go because I am such a pack rat, I know, and I'm always trying to like, you know, I don't want to waste things, or I don't want to just get rid of stuff because I spent a lot of money on all these things and it doesn't feel good to just throw them out. But what this does is it gives me a lot of perspective into what I have and what I am not using and what I'm currently just letting go bad. And so I'm trying to make a really conscious effort to really slow down the spending on new items, focus on using what I have and just minimizing because it's a lot. I mean, if I had to guess about how much money I spent on all these things I'm getting rid of, I mean, to me, I probably would say close to like $4,000 or $5,000, which is ridiculous to think. Like, how did I ever spend that much money on makeup? And yeah, so overall, I hope you guys have enjoyed my decluttering series. It was long overdue. I typically do these probably like once every 2 or 3 years, and you know, it was definitely time. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed them, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.